guys, this is Malorian, and this will be more of an announcement having to do with Ninth Age. Now, I'm going to be saying some things that some people will like, and I'll be saying some things that people don't like. So, all I'm going to say is, please try and watch the entire video. I have a lot of points to try and get across, and I want to make sure that you catch them all. So, recently I have been putting out some videos for Ninth Age. I did a review reaction of the Orcs and Goblins and a review reaction of the Dwarf book. Now, I had been doing fantasy for a long time. That's really what this channel was built on. You know, even though I started with 40k, it was really the fantasy that I really got deep into. That's what I grew up with, really playing hard and enjoying, and that's what this channel was all about, was the fantasy. But after a time, I started playing War Machine. I wanted to give War Machine the best shake, so I let fantasy go. My favorite version of fantasy was 7th. 8th was okay. 8th was good. I was enjoying 8th a lot. But I was just looking for something different. So I started playing War Machine. And I kind of said, you know, if 9th edition came out, and it was an amazing game, it probably pulled me back in. But I kept on going with the War Machine. And of course, we know what happened with the Age of Sigmar and all that fun stuff. But either way, now here I am with the Ninth Age. This is not Games Workshop. This is something that a collection of gamers have put together. Players like you and me have said, you know what, this is what the game should be like. Let's change this because we're not happy with Age of Sigmar. So I didn't really read the first main rules. I did skim through just to kind of make sure, like, was it more 7th Age or 8th Age? Sorry, 7th Ed or 8th Ed type rules, but otherwise kind of left it alone. And then I came back and I did the Orc and Goblin one and the Dwarf one. Of course, I made some mistakes in there because I didn't really read every single line item from the main rule book, but you could really see where things were transferring across. Now, since then, I've had a lot of requests for battle reports, more videos, even Once Bitten saying, hey man, we got a big tournament coming up here for Ninth Age, why don't you come up here? He was even looking for a way to have me funded to go up there. But, and I've talked about this before, but I figured I'd do this video just to kind of really kind of show it. So, I'm going to quickly just do like an overview of what I have down here in my work area, my basement. So, if we take a look at it, this is my Cygnar stuff here, going up and down. It's on a tripod, so it's the hardest thing to move, but you know, I got lots of Cygnar going on. I got my workbench over here where I'm working on more stuff. I got my mats, most of them being borrowed. Now over there I got all my GW cases where all my fantasy armies used to be. Other than that little small one there that is actually full of gators, all those large cases are empty. Looking across here, we got the TV where me and my kids play video games. I got all my terrain there. I have the treadmill that I should be using more. Behind it, there's the case, or the shelf, where I have more, you know, mercenaries and legion. And then there's this shelf here. Now, if you look at that, this used to be filled top to bottom with Orcs and Goblins. I had, God, I think it was close to like 17,000 points at the time that I stopped. But you'll see now it's all board games. It's all board games there. Some of my favorites, trophies there at the top. But otherwise, all board games there. My kids' models and the small one there. My golf clubs. And then over here, I got, you know, more terrain pieces, more broken terrain pieces. And then just stereo. You know, here I am working with my TV. And that's really it. So one of the things I want to kind of regrettably really show is that I don't own any fantasy models. I sold them all, traded them all. They are all gone. I think maybe like when you have like 18,000 points of Orcs and Goblins, there's like the odd model sprinkled here and there. Actually, up in the workbench, I found like a box that has like a couple sprues of Orcs on there and stuff, right? Like they're embedded down then, but you have to realize I don't have my armies anymore. I don't have fantasy anymore. It's not possible for me to play the game unless I completely reinvest into it and get into it again. And it's fairly expensive. So right away, I'm sure the people who have been looking at my channel for my fantasy stuff for this Ninth Age reviews are saying, well, wait a second, did you just lie to us? Did you go and just lead us on and try and say you're going to be playing this Ninth Age all for nothing? And no, that's not what I was trying to get across. What I'm actually trying to do here, just not cut off the top of my head, what I'm actually trying to do here is I'm really wanting this put the spotlight onto Ninth Age. I want to really show people that this is there. This is a very cherishable and very, fragile seed that we have here right now. When I was leaving Fantasy, and I was saying, we'll have to see what happens here, what direction they take it, and then GW had their Age of Sigmar, and from a competitive player, I can just say those rules are garbage. Locally, people are trying to make it work, but they're twisting things and trying to change things, but that just doesn't work. I mean, from a community in a whole, you cannot use it as a competitive game. It really isn't meant to be used as a competitive game whatsoever. It's kind of a silly game now. Silly as in something based to have more for enjoyment and fun as opposed to competing. And so each tournament can change their rules to make things work, but if there's a little bit of a change of rules here, a little bit of a change of rules here, it really stops the communities from interacting very well. Everyone sticks with their own little, little group there, their own little basement, and then the community dies, because if people aren't interacting, you're not really pulling as many gamers in, you're not getting these massive big tournaments, because people are saying, whoa, you should have done this, oh no, you should have done that. And so really the only way to try and make this work is for someone to make their own rules and say, look, everybody, these are the one rules, and this is it. And again, if there's competing central change rules, that won't work. However, the people who have made the Ninth Age, they have put a lot of work into this. They are really pushing this as like, look, this is not a twist on Age of Sigmar. This is Ninth Age. This is completely separate. We're saying goodbye, GW. Thank you for the good times. Whatever you release now in books, good on you, but it has nothing to do with us unless we say like, hey, your models are cool. We might use your models when we do stuff over here. But otherwise, hey, this is now separate. This is Ninth Age. This is, for all intents and purposes, a completely new game. And this needs to be supported if it's going to actually take off the ground. Now again, I'm sure the people there that are my old supporters are saying, please, Malorian, just please, as I get an eyelash, I'm going to pretend it's a tear, but well, I gotta say too, I mean, it does really warm my heart when I went on there and I saw all my old friends posting on there and, wanting me to come back. I miss you guys, I do. But I'm not the one to be supporting this. I'm playing other games now. I'm working on being a press ganger for War Machine to really push War Machine. And the other thing is, like when we talked about the mats, I don't have any more 6x4 mats. These are all 4x4. I'm not really playing these games with, 300 models. I'm playing these games that have more like 40 models, right? Maybe I'm just an old guy. I'm the geezer now, right? You gotta let me go to my old folks' home and start looking to the others. And the thing is that there are some great people trying to support this right now. Of course, Once Bitten, he's really trying to support this. You have now Sustainable Center coming back as well, and I'm sure a plethora of others. In fact, what I'm going to do is that anyone who is making Ninth Ed videos, post here and I'll put it in the description. And I want you guys to go there and support this and try and play this yourselves. If you are wanting Fantasy to succeed, if you're wanting to love this game and continue with this game, and I completely support that because it is a great epic game. It's so great to have these beautiful models playing these massive battles. Then you need to support this. You have to realize that GW, unless they completely turn a new leaf, they're done. They're not supporting that competitive game anymore. If you are just playing for fun, okay, sure, that's great. You can play Ninth Age, you can insult your buddy for a reroll, but it's not going to be what I feel the competitive gamers are after. So please, all competitive gamers, people looking for battle reports, for people looking for, loopholes and the trend, the analysis and all, like you should be building these guys this way and all that. You need to be either looking at the people who are making them, like Once Bitten, Sustainable Center, and others, or even make them yourselves. This is a time where this is a brand new game. Again, I'm not going to say this is a 9th edition. This is 9th Age. This is a completely new game that can go veering off wherever you guys decide to take it. It's now in your gamers' hands. That's what I'm saying. This is a fragile seed. You have something very special right here, and you need to support it. And I wish I could be there with you and trying to do this, but at where I am right now, it's just not going to happen, guys. I'm very sorry. So those are my reviews. I really hope that lets you guys see, and what I want to get across is, first of all, look, these 9th Age rules are out there. I wanted to give you a glimpse of what's there, and really what we saw from the Orc and Goblin book and the Dwarf book is that you can really go straight across. You know, you take your same armies, you come across, and the rules are pretty much the same. You can get in there, start playing. There's a few tweaks here, a few tweaks there, you know, new model here, new model here, and I'm only hoping that goes on from there, right? That these groups working together, you know, gamers building this for gamers, come up with new rules, new units, and making it the game that you guys want to have it. I mean, when it comes to Games Workshop, they make the game that their shareholders want, right? That's their #1 objective, is they have to think of their price for their shareholders. For 9th Age, this is gamers for gamers. So please embrace this. I think I've rambled on as much as I can, but I want to be clear to show to everyone that unfortunately there will be no battle reports here. Once Bitten came to me and he asked if I want to do like an online game of 9th Age, so basically, you know, like be like a Skype game where it's up at his place. That's something I could do, and I'd be supportive of that. But there won't be, that'd be on his channel. This is going to be now still War Machine and what I'm doing. So there you go, guys. There's my announcement to all my old fantasy subscribers. If you're going to take this and unsubscribe, that's okay. You know, we had our good times, our good run. I'm so grateful that you guys, you know, were here with me to build this channel and to do this. If you guys want to stick around and see some War Machine stuff, that's even better. But that's what I'll be doing now, and I just want to be 100% clear. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and please try that 9th Age. All right, talk to you later. Bye.